Hey, how's it going, and welcome to another Shin Megami Tensei Demonology. There remains only one member of the Divine Powers, the mighty and venerable Krishna. However, Krishna has a secret weapon.
Shesha, the great serpent of death and renewal.
Shesha is a deity from Hindu mythology and is known as the Nagaraja, or king of all Nagas. Naga being a sort of snake demon or monster who appears as his own demon in Megami Tensei. Shesha is described as being an infinitely vast serpent with thousands of heads. In fact, the name he is sometimes referred to is Ananta, which is what the demon is primarily called in Megami Tensei, prior to SMT4 Apocalypse. Ananta is a Sanskrit word meaning infinite, and sometimes he is referred to as a combination of both names, Ananta Shesha, or Infinite Shesha. This makes Shesha very similar to the Ouroboros, an ancient symbol of a serpent or dragon devouring its own tail, representing infinity, cycles, and completion. Shesha is one of the primordial gods of creation, and it is said that all of the planets in the universe lay upon him. From his many thousand mouths, he sings the praises of the god Vishnu, and in return, Vishnu basically chills on his back. And also, he shoots fire and acid out of his mouth, which is cool. And also, if for whatever reason Shesha decides to coil up, the entire universe would end. So basically, don't fuck with Shesha. In Megami Tensei, Shesha has more commonly appeared under his alternative name Ananta, so I'll go over his appearances as Ananta first. This is his most common design, a multi-headed snake monster which is very faithful to his descriptions in mythology. In a lot of these Super Famicom era games, he appears as a palette swap of Yamato no Orochi, or maybe it's the other way around, I'm not quite sure. They appear at like the same level, which is kind of strange. He also has quite a few other incarnations, although they all look pretty similar. Here's a couple of them. I'm not going to go over all of them because they're very similar. He is most often a member of the dragon or snake race, and has been a member of arcana such as Hierophant, Star, Aeon, and Fortune. He is generally a higher level demon, typically appearing from around level 40 up to the 70s. Combat-wise, Ananta is typically not very consistent. He doesn't really have an elemental motif like some other demons do. In the early days, he was more of a physical skill-based demon, learning attacks such as Berserk and Cleave, but embraced his magical side later on in the series. He learns pretty much just whatever the hell he feels like learning. Healing spells, buffs, debuffs, ice magic sometimes, nuclear moves in Persona 5. Ironically, he basically never learns any physical attacks. Ananta does learn a unique fusion spell in Persona 3, which requires the aid of Vishnu. It is called Infinity, and it makes your party totally invincible for a turn. Like, 100% absolutely untouchable. Nice. Moving on to Shesha, who is one of the more integral parts of Apocalypse's story, and the ultimate weapon of the Divine Powers. After being freed, Krishna begins his reign of terror by summoning the mighty snake monstrosity, Shesha, who wreaks havoc upon Tokyo. Shesha, and by extension the Powers, are such a threat to the forces of law and chaos that, pretty much for the first time ever, the two factions are like, okay, let's just chill. As the story progresses, Shesha is defeated and revives himself, and gradually becomes more intelligent and more powerful. After being defeated in his second form, Shesha seemingly dies. However, it is revealed that Shesha in fact faked his own death, and took the form of Flynn in order to begin his final push towards wiping out the forces of law and chaos. When his true form is revealed, Oh fuck! Christ! God! It's genuinely terrifying. Shesha then transforms himself into the Cosmic Egg, the final part of Krishna's grand plan from which the new universe will be hatched. Shesha cannot be obtained as a demon in this game and is instead fought as a boss several times, where he mainly uses fire, physical, and almighty attacks. His first form takes the appearance of a lava snake, and in his second form he is noticeably more humanoid, with arms, and just a more human-looking upper body. He actually has some unused concept designs as well. This is one for his second form which I think is pretty cool. It reminds me of something you would fight in Digital Devil Saga. Here's another second form design, featuring many different heads with crowns on them. Surprisingly, None of the final designs for Shesha feature the multiple heads he is so well known for. Finally, this one's definitely my favorite. It's for his first form and has a multitude of heads. I think I mostly like him because he reminds me of the space monsters from Gunbuster and Diebuster. Anyways, that's been this Shin Megami Tensei Demonology. Thank you so much for watching. All the remaining members of the Divine Powers have been defeated, and we are down to the very last member, Lord Krishna himself. It's been a long time coming, since I'm a slow piece of shit. Almost a year in the making, but we're finally there. Krishna. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time.